say, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, get ready to ride. Whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam, get ready to ride.
Oh yeah, Blake, let's take them around the world.
Detroit, Milan, bam-a-lam,
Miami, LA, New York, Dubai.
Dubai, Japan, bam-a-lam,
ATL, Nashville to the
east
shack.
side, west side, bam-a-lam.
I tell the truth, even when I lie. Ha ha.
Magic 11 mark tonight, things are going to look different.
Teams are at center. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse as we're underway here on First Nations night. Mentioned the scratch to Chase Fraser if you're joining us late. Did take pregame warm-ups, but a late scratch here for Sean Williams tonight as Del Bianco makes his first stop of the evening.
Yeah, we haven't confirmed why. We didn't see him tweak anything or limp off the floor, so we'll see if maybe Hannah Bernard can get a word on that at some point. But we don't know why Fraser, but literally as we're taping the intro, guys, Fraser's out, and that is devastating news if you're a Desert
Vancouver
Dogs fan. You wanted to
penalty.
see
2
this
minutes delay a game.
wicked
In
offense
the
on paper
crease,
get it together here.
acting like
Fraser
a bully.
is out. Mitski is in. Early penalty on the first offensive possession for Las Vegas, and Vancouver short a man here. As Vegas, their power play will need to improve here in this upcoming season as well for them to push for a playoff spot. As Mitch Jones and Chris Kluche will surely help that regard. And there's John Donville looking for a shot. He served that one wide, and it'll bounce out near center.
We've seen it a lot this season where there has been a penalty called in the first minute, 2 minutes of the game. Referees kind of getting things, setting the tone early, and Brett Mitski will sit down, and this pattern continues to start this season. It's been called tight.
Vancouver's penalty kill was fourth last season. Fourth coming into this game here, going 2 for 7 against Colorado back in week 1. Shorthanded chance. And the first goal of the game is a shorty. And it's Mr. Jesse King getting on the board here for the Warriors.
Kind of righting the wrongs, and this is a great start for Vancouver. Yes, it's the shorthanded goal, but they were so disappointed in their discipline a week ago. They thought penalties really cost them against the Colorado Mammoth. They scored 2 shorties in that one, and now their third shorty of the season as Jesse King goes low on a little 2-man game on the lefty side. His second goal of the season, and another shorty for the Warriors to start the year.
I think more importantly for Vancouver, they were a little more upset with the fact that they took themselves off the power play 3 or 4 times in that game against the Mammoth, and that was a power play that was clicking at 50% in that game.
Yeah, I think 3 offensive zone penalties last week, and Turton Milosky definitely addressed his group about that this week.
There's Jones up top, Donville, Mitch Jones. Answers right back here for Las Vegas. Donville the setup, Jones on the finish, and we're tied at 1. As it looks like we might be in here for some goals tonight. A bit of a low-scoring game back in week 1, just 17 total. We're already at 2 here, and we're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, and get used to this combo. Donville to Mitch Jones, who skips rocks on the river by the railroad track there, just throws it right down to the toes of Del Bianco. And that's a shot that's going to work for Mitch Jones. We've seen that time and time again, that quick release.
And we'll get you the scratches here momentarily as it's Kyle Killen that draws in for Chase Fraser. Reese Blake, the other scratch for Williams today. Here's Curtis Dixon. And Landon Kells makes his first save of the evening as the first shot got by him by Jesse King shorthanded. But a full 30 to work with now for Keegan Ball and Curtis Dixon. Here's Ball ripping, and Kells in good position makes the stop, no rebound available. The former Warrior. Ball hand off here now, Chris Kluche, the former Buffalo Bandit. Into the middle, Jones. There's Donville looking a half step quicker this year. Put in a lot of work in the offseason. Kluche on the tuck and go, and inside he comes, and Bianco flexes up the shoulder. And now Cornwall away, and here's the speedster Simpson, 3-on-2. Drop it off, Cornwall. And that one off the mark.
Newly minted captain Drew Belgrave, his first season as a Desert Dog. A lot of new faces on this back end. We talked about that offensive firepower, but LaFontaine, Malcolm, Sheldon Burns, Belgrave, like a lot of veterans on this back end.
Ooh, that one sneaks through. Jackson Webster down there. Sidearm away, and that one trickles through Del Bianco. And Vegas in front now 2-1 as Webster coming off a very impressive summer, Brad, where he was named the MVP of Major Series lacrosse, and I don't know, with all the talent, you think of that Six Nations Chiefs team and all that talent in that league. It's Jackson Webster named MVP last summer.
And he takes this ball deep into righty territory. The Owen Sound North Star uncorks it from deep. For a lefty, that's a far side shot, but from where he is on the floor, it's a bit of a short side shot. He's able to increase his angle and get a good look at net. Second one on the toes of Del Bianco, and we're going to actually get a challenge here, Jumbo.
Hang on here. Red flag out. Early challenge from Kurt Malosky. Black and white, if you will, here, Brad, in the crease.
Yeah, he's in that crease before the cross-check even comes, in my opinion. Here's the call.
We have the non-shooter in the crease. While the ball goes over the goal line, we have no goal.
And a little end-to-end action here at Rogers Arena as Reed Bowering finds ball off the bench.
No curse for Vegas tonight, so that's going to really hurt them in transition. Malcolm will kind of step up and fill that role a little bit, but he's the guy that really sparks the transition for this team.
Another beauty. The natural. Jesse King makes it 2-0, or 2-1, excuse me, as he gets set up by Keegan Ball for his second of the evening, as he just popped it right over the shoulder of Kells.
There's a nice cut through the middle for Jesse King. You see Curtis Dixon draws some attention. King picks off his man, and a nice timing play. As the ball comes down from the corner, ball finds King cutting right through the middle.
Just a good seal there for King. They'll get set up 6-on-5 with only about 6 seconds to go on the shot clock here. King, ball, loads it. King, here's Dixon, got to shoot, and it's too late. It's not going to count, Brad. That came a second after the shot clock had expired, and I'm sure they'll want to have a second look at it, but
finish. Not to mention Fraser and Cloutier, but this is a balanced attack, and we're seeing flashes of Donville to Jones to start this game.
There's Claridge one-on-one, and then the double came, and Claridge went down. Lost his stick in the process. Dunk attempt here. Kells across in time to close that one off. As Sheridan looks on from the penalty box. Cloutier. Jones. Flip. Cloutier loads in a high drive there. Del Bianco fights it off. More regular rotation here in this first quarter as well, as Owen Grant will go for a run. And he'll lead feet up here. Midski. Drop it back to Ball. Keegan Ball! An outside rip.
Nick Preston.
That's
hard outside crank, and Kells drops early. He goes upstairs right over the shoulder.
From their last goal to their next goal, they took into the second quarter. They did lose to Georgia earlier tonight, by the way, but they went over a full amount of game time without scoring a goal of any kind, never mind 5-on-5. Final possession here of quarter one. Donville over top of the crossbar. Late chance. And a shot block in front there by Snake Eyes Reese Callies, and that's the way quarter one.
Me that it's a motivator for him to be overlooked in this league and not have all the chances handed to him. He's had to fight for every single thing that he's had, and he just has always focused on the belief in himself.
Somewhere here in Rogers Arena. Dixon, a good cut across, scores! Oh, vintage Curtis Dixon, right there.
Is vintage, but look at the feet. He's adding things to his game at 37 years old. Unbelievable.
You can't teach that, Brad. You either got this or you don't.
Oh, we know he works on it too. Like this, watch the feet. Watch the little jab step here, boop, and he's gone. And that shot we've seen so many times over the years, such a quick release to go around the hips, low to high. Kells knows it's coming, the building knows it's coming, but just the way that he snaps that release like a wrist shot is uncanny. 6'4", Brett Midski, New Westminster, BC, all over Mitch Jones.
Donville. Across the top, low, shoot, scores! John Donville will bounce one home, and that snaps the Warriors' run right there. 4-2 as the alternate captain, John Donville. on the board.
Really added some speed to his game in this offseason as number 3. As he came around the top, Owen Grant had to stop short a little bit. Wonder if he pulled something. Oh, he took the big bump from Gillen. Just a hard blow, maybe winded as Grant was slow to get up after this. Big bump by Killen, but leaves that space open for Donville. It's what you got to do.
He's a little slow back to the bench as well. We'll keep an eye on 16 and Black here, but
Opportunity to play with Curtis Dixon. But you're right, chemistry and timing will come. There's been times I think where Dixon's kind of looking for Keegan Ball and he's not there and he's not ready, but they'll clean that up.
Cormier! 42. How do you do? Peyton Cormier with his first of the season as he goes hip high, far side on Kells. And Vancouver goes back up by 3.
These are the flashes we see from Cormier. I talk about a lot of these flashes. Sometimes when he shoots the ball, when he gets open and gets his opportunity, you can see what he can be. He just has to get those opportunities and a nice catch and even quicker release to go upstairs past Kells. This guy scored about 1 billion goals in college and is still trying to find his stroke here in the National Lacrosse League, but plays like that will endear him to his coaching staff and keep him around.
At one time for the Virginia man, the all-time NCAA leader in goals scored. That exactly right there from Cormier. This guy is a natural goal scorer, and I think with a good solid run of 3, 4, 5 games and a constant rotation, as there's another for Vancouver, and it's a similar story to this guy right here in Marcus Claridge.
Yeah, you segued that one nicely, Jumbo. You talk about guys looking to find their strokes, find their shots, get their opportunity. Well, that is what Marcus Claridge was born to do in this league. It's taken some time. He's had flashes of one-on-one prowess, but here he is with a nice outside shot. Just carries it on into the zone, Jesse King ties up a couple bodies, and right timing perfect. So soon as Stokes slides off, bang, he shoots through 2 bodies. A lot of real estate in front of Kells to see through, and Marcus Claridge has his first of the season.
Well, the other thing that's going to do for a guy like Marcus Claridge, if he starts hitting his outside stroke, that's going to make the defense close the gap on him and check him closer. You want to talk about scoring goals in NCAA. As Keegan Ball will score one here, and a beauty one at that. Clip it for Keegan Ball. As he goes airborne on top of the crease and jams it low on Kells. And Vancouver on a run right now, up by 5.
Not the easiest pass to corral and catch, but Keegan Ball turns the pass that most guys are going to drop into something. The one hand, players all over his back.
That's
and
good
a jumping
defense.
finish.
That's good defense from Jackson. That's just better offense from Keegan Ball.
He's pushing a guy into a no man's land, out into the corner, but he's able to get a shot off and finish and make it 7-2.
Down to 6. Here we go. Donville passed off. Webster could clean it cleanly, and that's how the first half will come to a close.
Jesse King had a great first half. Sometimes he's one of these smart quarterbacks who can really sit back in the pocket sometimes and look for that pass. And he really took some matters in his own hands in that first half, crashed to the net hard, made some really nice passes, but even better finishes twice in that first half.
Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in half number 2. And as half number 1 began, Tyrell Hamer-Jackson with the face-off win. And a quick strike from Adam Patra. And that's the way you want to start a second half if you're Las Vegas. They're within 4, 20 seconds in.
They had ill intentions on this play. They knew exactly what they were doing when they stormed. Can't bring that pass in just to disrupt the off-ball guy.
Vancouver likes to play in these 5-minute segments. And there's Charlotte Beatties with an answer back. Gave Kells a good old hard pump fake and let the teddy bears fly, courtesy of Charlotte Beatties. Look out. Oh my goodness. You know, Brad, I've seen lots of teddy bear tosses. I've been at a few. But to have this kind of perch and this kind of view and just watching stuffed animals go flying, it is a sight to behold.
Yeah, we both grew up here. We've seen a lot of rain in Vancouver and on the West Coast. I've never seen rain like this before. Charlotte Beatty sets him off from the rafters for the kids, for the holiday season. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, obviously a real special initiative here for Vancouver. All these stuffed animals are going to go to a fantastic place. They're all going to find a home. They're all going to make a kid happy somewhere here throughout the lower mainland of BC. And what an initiative. I think this is going to be a tradition we're going to see for a long, long time to come. Off the boards. Donville, quick feed. Cloutier been held in check here so far tonight. Double comes. Cloutier tangled up and can't get the shot off as it's stolen away. In comes Garrison with numbers. He'll shoot, scores! Tyler Garrison! I believe that's his first as a Vancouver Warrior, and they'll snatch that ball for number 15.
You know, he was in the lineup tonight to battle in the face-off circle. He wasn't brought in the lineup to do a shutdown defensive shift, turn it into transition, and score a goal. Scary Gary puts the 9th goal up for Vancouver. Watch the defense here against Cloutier. Stands up to the big body, gets a little bit of help, strips Cloutier, and then he's gone. I'll just take this end-to-end.
Always been one of the quicker players up the floor and shows off a little speed and a little scoring touch to go along with it.
Powers it into the far side.
Here's Jones as the Dogs look to answer back here, now down by 6, their biggest deficit of the night. Simpson up there with Mitski, numbers again, Simpson scores! Well, it was only a matter of time before we saw Del Bianco and Shane Simpson hook up for one. And there it is, 35-22 to the back of the net, and Landon Kells to the Las Vegas bench.
Bring in the big man, Alexis Bouquet, as he said. Missed all of last season from the National Lacrosse League, did not play in 2024 in this league, but played formidable minutes for Sask in 23, formidable minutes here for Vancouver in 2022.
Look out here, Bradley. Henry Jackson and Charbonneau tangled up in front of the Desert Dogs bench here. But he will eclipse that and probably move into number 1 before the season over, as Keegan Ball will move the Warriors up to 11 goals with a power play marker from the point.
King to ball, king to ball. We've seen that a few times to start this season. Get used to that combination. Quick strike on the power play out of the TV timeout. ICO leaves
Bradley,
that wide open for Keegan Ball.
I want to just get another shot of this here. The ball sticks in the net. That is velocity personified right there from Keegan Ball. You do not see that very often. Curtis Dixon with it, and he'll try and hook a pass inside to Sheridan, who couldn't catch it cleanly. Sherlin Beatties has it now. I'll come back to Dixon here as he'll work the two-man game once again. Good shovel feed. Sheridan on a tuck, gets around 1-2, scores! Clip it for Sheridan. Beat 2 Desert Dogs and then beat Bouquet to the top corner. Defense and goaltending has been at a premium. Looking as Preston just jumps across the center line in time. He's going to shoot, scores! Oh, Nicky Preston! Right off the face-off win from Hamer Jackson. Pots one home past Del Bianco. And now Las Vegas back within 8 off that one from 52.
No, but I did see him putting in work at the box about a month ago, and I said, I'm gonna tell Curtis Hodgson I saw you, man.
Oh, look out, that one's in. Charlotte Beatties cutting across the top. Bouquet got a piece, but not enough. That's a tough one past 72 there. Charlotte Beatties with his second. And I don't think it ever touched the black netting, but surely crossed the goal line. Still one more game to come here in week 3, tomorrow from San Diego.
Rochester, last people at the party.
It's a long wait. Dixon scores! This guy is incredible.
Bouncer, cheeky shot right down low against Bouquet.
Now Cloutier leans in, gets inside. Cloutier, clip it! Falling down, finds the room up top under the crossbar, and an absolute gem from Chris Cloutier. Oodles of time left on the clock. I think he thought it was a little bit closer to The guy across the floor this year, Ryan Smith. Pull the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. He might just...
Last NLL season, no one's put more balls in the back net in this sport than he has in the last 365 days. Charlotte Beatties leads all scorers tonight, 2 and 6. Every Vancouver offensive player has scored.
Look out here, Claridge almost got one to go.
Every offensive player in on the action tonight for the black and gold.
Donville trying to set up his man, it's in! Is it Sean Wesley down on the crease? 51 gets the Desert Dogs 6th goal of the evening. Donville with the setup. Wesley on the wrong side of the crease found a little room.
Donville's been in on almost everything for Vegas tonight. This is good ball movement. Nice feed, nice little twister finish. The slip through Del Bianco. 14-6.
Back within 8 here on their 40th shot of the game. As Garrison and Hamer Jackson back to the small circle at center. Wesley's first of the year. Vegas trying to keep the momentum going here. Kluche. And that pass got away from Webster, and look out here, numbers for Vancouver. Hustling up is Owen Grant. A scoop on the run. Oh, he's got Dixon going to the goal, and I don't think Owen Grant ever looked over there to see Curtis Dixon streaking to the goal. Not that Owen Grant's not a good option in transition, but oh, there's Sheldon Burns. And there's an option in transition for the Desert Dogs. Here come the Dogs. 3 straight now, and they're back within 6.
Yeah.
Subak will get up, and I think that might just be cramping there, Bradley. He's no longer in the league at the moment. Here, look out, Sheridan. A good slide there from Donville. Ball will recover. 2 on the shot clock. He'll let it fly. Oh, he hit Bouquet right in the bucket. And he is undeterred from that, but I think the official, now what do we got? An illegal substitution here, but I'm not sure who it's on. Too many men on somebody here, Brad, and when you see a kind of a ball get turned over like that quickly, sometimes you got guys going to the bench, coming off the bench, and I think Vancouver just got caught.
Illegal substitution.
Donville on Sheridan. Again, Donville's had a good night, on ball, off ball, and then dropping a shoulder into big Ryan Sheridan.
Power play goal here for Vegas would be massive right now to get right back to within striking distance here, essentially. If they can get within 5, as Jones will do just that. But did he do it in time? The high official says no. And I think a penalty coming here to Las Vegas behind the play.
Legal substitution on Vegas.
That is a killer right there.
And now 4-on-4 where Dixon and Sheridan scored a beautiful 2-man game goal earlier tonight.
The swings in a game, right? Just a, that's...
You let up for a second in this league, and you allow 4 in a row.
I was just going to say it. Vancouver pops one there. That's a massive swing, but here comes Tony Malcolm. He's got Jones off the bench. He'll feed him. Jones, a high drive, and Del Bianco taking their time with 30s. Yes, you want to have a little clock management here. Look out. Checked into the crease hard was Dixon. He ran into Bouquet, and Dixon slow to get up. And I got to think this is going to be a Vegas penalty because I'm not sure there was much Dixon could have done there to evade the Vegas goaltender, as he was checked in there pretty good. And we're back underway. Apparently Jackson Subak back on the Vancouver bench as well. 4-on-3 down low here for the Vancouver power play. King with a quick pass. Dixon. Now Charlotte Beatties. Look at him snapping around here. King. Ball loading, skipping, and then the pass dropped by Charlotte Beatties. Still time. 12 on the shot clock. King. One more. Here's ball. Rips. Rocked it wide, and then it ricochets right into the stick of Bouquet, who wants right down the middle. Floats one behind for Jones. And he'll find a trailer, but that pass deflected. Jones gets it back. 12 on the shot clock. Feed to the crease. Oh, Del Bianco, an elbow stop.
And a good reset as that ball pops right to Donville.
Donville again. He has been noticeable here tonight. Kill it! And that's his specialty right there. Right from the wing, the sidearm whip, and finds rope. And the Dogs are within 5, and still plenty of time to play. Will come from Oshawa, as the Warriors will make the trip east in their first road game of the campaign. Big ball. Yes, sir.
You want someone to end the run. Put it in the hands of Keegan Ball. Goes airborne for his 4th goal of the night. And gives this building and this team some life here. Their first goal in the 4th quarter. As he just undresses Josh Jackson.
His head almost hits the post on this dive. He is right in there.
1 step high, 1 step low, and then airborne. What an athletic finish by Keegan Ball. No regard for his safety as he comes flying through the crease.
We are under the 2-minute mark here, so they will automatically review this.
Ball on the floor is confirmed. Good goal.
Confirmed. Good goal from Keegan Ball.
Kind of woke up, but they're definitely missing the electricity of Chase Fraser that they thought they'd have and that we saw in the preseason with this team.
Well, despite the week 3 loss here for Las Vegas in their first game, significant improvement from the roster top to bottom here, I would say, and this is not going to be a 4-win team this year here in 2025-26 for Las Vegas. Slow start out of the gate. Here comes Mitch Jones in transition. Good poke check there from Seabach. I think just it took him a while to get their legs under him in that first half, but I think they're going to be a much better looking team all season, and in particular next week against Ottawa.
Yeah, they can figure out their goaltending situation. They've got the right pieces of the puzzle in place for a much better year, but the Vancouver Warriors flexed at home tonight.
It is a final. The horn sounds here at Rogers Arena. The Warriors are into the win column now, 1-1. Vegas